Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. ITV quiz show The Chase has repeated hundreds of episodes of the much-loved program, but according to a superfan, there is one celebrity special episode that has never been shown again. A superfan of The Chase has claimed there is one lost episode of the program that the channel refuses to broadcast. ITV has repeated hundreds of episodes of the much-loved quiz show, but there is a celebrity special featuring ITV news stars which aired just once, much to the frustration of the self-confessed Chase obsessive. In 2013, ITV news presenters Matt Barbette, Charlene White, Romilly Weeks, and Alastair Stewart were invited onto the show, presented by Bradley Walsh, for a charity special. But, according to the die-hard fan from Kent, 52, the star-studded episode has never been repeated. He told Mail Online, "Occasionally they have an episode which isn't part of the regular production. Most of the episodes fall into the daytime series or the celebrity series. But the Text Santa episode was a standalone, and that's why it's never been repeated." Pointing out the episode promoted the channel's Text Santa campaign, he said producers would have a hard time pixelating the now outdated information, suggested this is why it only aired once. He said it had all the Text Santa logos and phone numbers all over it, telling you how you could text in. So they would need to do a bit of work to pixelate various parts of that. There was a previous Text Santa episode, but I think that one was just part of the regular series, so that one has been repeated on Challenge and so on. Having started collecting statistics about the show back in 2016, the superfan has also been to watch live recordings of The Chase 3 times. Lifting the lid on what viewers don't see on the show, he said that the condensed 45-minute package presented to viewers is actually a precise edit of more than 3 hours of recording. Revealing that Bradley chats to the crowd before the cameras start rolling, he said, "There's little things. When Bradley first chats to the contestant, that's a lot longer than they ever edit for TV. When he's asking the questions, he's at a podium, but when you do the next bit at the table, the podium is not in the shot anymore. So there's little things they have to do to rearrange the set." Another Chase fan spilled the beans on what goes on behind the show recently after appearing on the program as a contestant. Taking to social media, happy to answer fans' questions about the show, Alexander said he'd had a novel experience, adding that the whole crew was super friendly. However, lifting the lid on Bradley's conduct, he said the Larkin star swore a lot, which he wasn't expecting. Explaining that any expletives were edited out, he shared, "He, Bradley, was just as nice in real life. What surprised me is that he swore a bit and they just edited that out." Adding that the joking around is pretty much non-stop and it's a chill atmosphere, Alexander said he didn't have much time to interact with the presenter because of the tight schedule. However, he did say that going down to London, filming for TV, and meeting someone like Bradley and the Chasers is also a very novel experience. For years, viewers of The Chase have tuned in religiously to watch celebrities test their wits against the Chasers. But, according to a surprising revelation from one of the quiz masters themselves, there is one celebrity special that has never and may never see the light of day. It was Anne Hegarty, better known as the Governess, who finally let the secret slip during a recent interview at a fan convention. Leaning forward with a knowing smile, she teased, "There's an episode you'll never see. It was recorded, edited, and ready, but ITV buried it. Let's just say things didn't exactly go to plan." Naturally, the revelation sent ripples through the audience. Whispers filled the room. What could possibly have gone so wrong? Anne explained that the special, filmed back in 2017, had boasted one of the most unusual celebrity lineups in the show's history. Among the contestants were a legendary soap star, a pop singer from the 90s, a well-loved children's TV presenter, and a fiery comedian whose reputation for stirring up trouble preceded him. The trouble began almost immediately. The comedian clashed with host Bradley Walsh before the cameras even rolled, joking about his dad jokes and even mocking Bradley's warm-up routine. While Bradley tried to laugh it off, the atmosphere grew tense. You could feel it in the studio, and admitted, it was the first time Bradley looked like he wasn't enjoying himself. When the quiz began, things only spiraled further. The soap star froze under pressure, unable to answer even the simplest of questions. The pop singer, desperate to make up the score, kept shouting out answers before Bradley had finished reading, throwing the entire rhythm of the game off. But it was the comedian who stole the show, and not in a good way. During his cash builder, he deliberately gave wrong answers, smirking at the camera as though mocking the format. When he faced off against Anne herself, he refused to play seriously, throwing in sarcastic quips instead of focusing on the quiz. At first, I thought he was nervous, Anne confessed, but then I realized he was just sabotaging it. The children's presenter, bless her heart, tried to hold the team together, but even she couldn't salvage the chaos. By the time the final chase rolled around, the team had scored a meager 6 steps. Anne caught them within 30 seconds. The atmosphere in the studio turned icy. The celebrity, visibly embarrassed, wouldn't even make eye contact with the audience. ITV executives, watching from behind the cameras, reportedly stepped in immediately after filming. The verdict was swift. The episode would never air. It wasn't entertaining, Anne explained. It was uncomfortable. Viewers tune in to see fun, banter, and competition, not tension that makes you want to hide behind the sofa. For years, fans speculated about missing episodes, but this revelation confirmed it. There really is a lost piece of the chase history. And though ITV insists it will remain locked away in the vault, Anne ended her story with a sly grin. "Who knows," she said, "maybe one day it'll leak, and when it does, you'll see why ITV buried it."